Hello again, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel on Business Mathematics for UiTM. Okay, this is the last series for the video on the slide presentation under the topic of installment purchases. Okay. So far we have gone through some of the introduction, some of the terminologies, and some of the relationship between the terms in installment purchases, and we have looked through some examples in terms of how we can apply the concepts into the real world situations. So the next thing that we're going to look at is a further example, more examples on the use of installment purchases in our daily life. Okay, without further ado, we can start with our next example. Before that, please remember to like the video and then subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new videos when I uploaded new videos later on. Okay, let's see what the questions tells us in this example. Okay, it says here, a loan of 20,000 is charged 8,000 interest. Okay, a loan of 20,000 is charged 8,000 interest and was repaid by making 48 equal monthly payments. And then the question asks you to find the monthly payment and then the outstanding balance just after the 10th payment using the rule of 78. Okay, so how do you know that these questions relate to the topic of installment purchases? Okay, even though there's no interest rate given, there is no item saying that it is basically based on original balance or reducing balance. One of the key words that you know that these questions refer to the installment purchase topic is the rule of 78. Okay, because this item is only discussed in installment purchase topic for our course. All right, so first of all, as usual, whenever you want to solve a problem, what you need to do first is to identify the information given. Okay, the first information given here is loan of 20,000. Okay, a loan of 20,000, so that means you are taking a loan, so this is the initial amount. So in installment purchases topic, when you talk about initial amount, this refer to the balance or the original balance. Okay, so that is the first one. So you know that B is equal to 20,000. And then you have another value here, 8,000, which is the interest. So in this case, the interest is 8,000. In other words, we can say that the capital letter I is equal to 8,000. And it's also said that this loan have to be repaid by making 48 equal monthly payments. So in this case, it means that the number of payment, the total number of payment is 48. So n is equal to, small letter n is equal to 48, and the payment terms is by monthly basis. So n is small letter m, as in Malaysia, is equal to 12. Okay, the first question asks you to find the monthly payment. Okay, ask you to find the monthly payment. So in this case, when you talk about the monthly payment here, it means that you are looking for the value of capital letter R. And the second one asks you to find the outstanding balance using the rule of 78, or in other words, finding the OPB. Okay, so let's look at how we can solve the problems. So in this case, in order to find the monthly payment, one of the formulas that you can use is R equal to B plus I divided by N. So before you use this formula, check whether you have all the information or not. Or if you don't have one of the information, see whether you can find the information indirectly. Okay, so in this case, you have R equal to B plus I divided by N. You already know the value of the balance, that is 20,000. And you also been given the interest amount, that is 8,000. And you also given the value of total number of payment N equal to 48. So in this case, you just substitute the value into the formulas and calculate. For R, you find that R is equal to 583 ringgit 33 cents. Okay, so that is for the first one. For the second one, it says here the outstanding balance just after the 10th payment using the rule of 78. So that means you have to make 48 payment. So in this case, you already have made 10th payment. So the rest of the future payment, you want to settle it now. So that means you have another 38 payment to be made. So that gives you the value of K equal to 38, which is 48 payment that you have supposed to pay, and then you have already made 10 payments, so you left with 38 payment. So using the rule of 78 formula, OPB is equal to RK minus I, KK plus 1, and N plus 1. So you already calculated the value of R just now. So you have R equal to 583.33. And then K here you found just now is equal to 38. I is given, was given before this, 8,000. And then in the bracket you have 38 times 38 plus 1, 48 divided by 48, 48 plus 1. Okay, calculate the whole thing. You found that the outstanding principal balance or outstanding payment balance is equal to 17,125.72. So this is the amount that you have to pay if you want to settle your loan just after you make the 10th payment. Okay, hopefully that will clear some of the confusion in this topic. All right. Okay, so that is the first example for this session, and then let's look at the next example. Okay, the next example states that it gives you a two option over here. So it says here Nazme wishes to purchase a set of furniture that costs him 25,000, and he has two options to consider. Okay, option A and option B. So option A states that he has to pay down payment of 2,000, and then the interest rate is basically based on 4% on flat rate, that is based on original balance. The mode of payment is monthly basis, and the period of payment is 24 months. So the mode of payment and the period of payment are the same, including the down payment, are the same for both option A and option B. The only difference in these two options is the interest rate, whereby for option A it has 4% on flat rate basis, but for option B it is 6% on reducing balance. Okay. So in this case, the cost is 25,000 and you pay down payment 2,000. So that means in this case, for both option A and option B, the balance will just be equal to 23,000. That is 25,000 minus 2,000. Alright, so let's see what the question asks you to do. In this case, for each option, calculate the interest charge. So first they ask you to find the interest charge, and then the second one, find the periodic payment, and lastly they ask you to decide which option that Najmi should select. Okay, so which option Nasme should select. So that is the last thing. Okay, so first we look at how we can calculate the interest charge for both option, and then the second one, finding the predict payment for both option. Okay, option A here, you have the balance to be 23,000. For option B also, the same thing, you have the balance to be 23,000. Okay, that is 25,000 minus 2,000. For option A, you are using the interest rate is 4% based on flat rate. So that means you are using interest rate based on the original balance. With that in mind, you know that you have to use the simple interest formula in order to calculate the interest. So using the simple interest formula, I equal to PRT, and replacing P with the balance, that is 23,000, and the rate 0.04, which is 4%, and the time, the T, is equal to 24 divided by 12. Why 24 divided by 12? Because 24 is in monthly basis, and you know that T is always in years. So in order to convert the month into years, you divide by 12. So calculating these values, you get the interest amount for option A is 1,840. Okay, for option B is a reducing balance method. So in this case, you have to use the constant ratio formula. So the constant ratio formula states that I is equal to B times R multiplied with N plus 1 divided by 2M. So in this case, substitute B for 23,000, and then substitute substitute R for 0.06, and substitute N equal to 24 plus 1. You get the values for the numerator, and then for the denominator is 2M, where M here is equal to 12. So substitute N equal to 12, you get 2 times 12, so you have everything to be the interest amount for option B is 1,437.50 cents. Okay, so that is for the option B. The next question asks you to find the monthly payment. So you can use the formula R equal to B plus I divided by N, because you already found the value of I just now. So substitute for I in option A. So you have 23,000 plus 1,840 divided by 24. You get the R equal to 1035. Okay, and for option B, you have I equal to 1437.5 that you have found just now previously. So substitute in the same formula, R equal to B plus I divided by N. You have B equal to 23,000, I equal to 1437.5 divided by 24, and you get the monthly payment to be 1,018.23 cents. Okay, so that is for the monthly payment. So when you analyze both option A and option B, in order to make decision for Nazmi, you can find that option B is much better. Why you choose option B? Because in this case, he is buying a product by installment. So that means he is taking a loan. So you want to have the smallest interest and also the smallest payment. Okay, so basically the smaller, in this case, we can look in both items. So looking at the interest amount and also at the monthly payment. Why? Because other things are remain the same, because in this case you can see the amount of loan is the same, the total number of payment also the same. Okay, so that means you can just compare directly. If it's not the same, for example, the down payment for option A is different from the down payment of option B, and also the down payment of the total number of payment for option A and B are differ, so you cannot just simply make a direct comparison. Okay, you have to look very carefully, and most often we're gonna use, if that is the situation, we compare by using the installment price, which is give you a better comparison if the situation differ too much between the two options. But in this situation, the situations are similar. The only difference is the interest rate, okay, and the method being used. So we can compare directly. So by comparing the interest amount and also the monthly payment, the decision is for Nazme to select option B. Okay, hopefully this can will clear some of your confusion. Okay, the next part in the slide is an exercise. You can do this later. So it is similar to what you have found in the previous example. Just do the same method and then find the interest, find the monthly installment payment, find the installment price, and then find the difference in installment price between the two shops. Okay, so hopefully this clear everything on the topic of installment purchases, and until we meet again in the tutorial session, so I wish you all the best and good luck. Okay, thank you very much and take care. Bye.